Do people in Canada have cable, like other people?
We keep this up in the playoffs. I don't care.
And at Chili's. Is it a Chili's? At Kyle's?
Achilles.
Finally.
You don't know that?
Fuck you! Get this guy the fuck out of here!
Alright, well, coming in at number 5, I got Anthony Stolars.
Now! Jets are winning the cup!
Thank you for watching and listening. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the NordCast. It is Friday, December 5th, 2025. I am your host here, Nordic97, joined with Jack and only Jack. How we doing?
Doing good. Getting ready for finals week. It's been stressful, but I'm locked.
It's an absolute war. Yeah, I know what you're going through.
Yeah,
I got
this is your first college finals.
Yeah, we're gonna dive into this for a second. Are all your finals online?
No, they're all in person.
They're all in person?
Yeah.
All of my finals are online.
Well, I wish I was in your shoes.
And so, you know what I'm going to use? Great power of AI. No, I'm kidding.
Definitely not any AI, right?
Yeah, definitely not. No, of course not. That'd be crazy. No, definitely not. But yeah, it'll be interesting. So yeah, that's what next week looks like. We'll still have a podcast probably. I don't know if Jack will be there. But
should be.
Yeah, we'll see what happens coming up here. But we got some stuff to talk about tonight. Let's start off with some Olympic concerns. There's been some concerns about the Olympics and the rink they are going to use in Milan. So for those who do not know, every single year, the Olympic Committee, they will build new arenas, new courses for the Olympics solely. And it's supposed to help out the city or whatever. I'm not sure if it actually does. But regardless, they're building the rink for the NHL Hockey Olympics, and it's not going great. We've heard reports that it's not completed yet, and there are some real concerns whether or not it will be completed. I'm not terribly worried about that part. What I'm worried about is that the building was built with the wrong dimensions for the rink. Now, typically, the rink would be bigger than an NHL-sized rink. Now, this time, it's going to be smaller with the errors of the Olympic Committee or the construction crew or whatever. And Bill Daley was asked about the percentage chance of whether or not they would go to this per Matt Larkin. And he basically said something along the lines of, if there's no rink, we're not coming. And there's no plan B behind this. This is this rink or it's nothing. And I just got to say, if they don't go to this, it is going to be one of the biggest flops in recent memory.
Yeah, I do see both. I guess there's two arguments here. One is you want to protect your players. You know, they're not used to a smaller rink. May throw them off their NHL game even. But the other side is just send them for an entertainment aspect. I mean, we haven't had this in a long, long time. And it's just something that I think every NHL fan looks forward to. But I do get the other argument. I would send them if I were commissioner. But, you know, I do see both sides.
So I think the NHL... I think if it does come down to it, they will not send their players.
Yeah, if you're on the Olympic Committee, just make the rink bigger. You know, it's going to be all NHL guys anyways, and just make it bigger.
I think like if those NHL guys don't go over, that whole team is just like that whole entire Olympics. Like they're going to lose a lot of money.
Yes, I agree.
And the NHL would too. But they'd probably make it back. It'd be fine. Not having hockey for 2 weeks at all would suck.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. But if the Olympic Committee, like, they're going to lose a boatload of money. The IIHF's going to lose a shitload of money that they're not used to. And we said that on the MVP. There's a new episode that they talked about that without me. But I get, like, you know, there's some people who are like, just send the guys over. You can't just do that because...
Yeah.
A smaller rank is more susceptible to injuries because players don't have that fraction of a second or more time, and it may not sound like a lot more time, to react to some injuries. And some people were saying to me, so what if it's shorter? It means a lot more than you think. They're not used to it, first of all. And there's the whole injury factor. And the NHL's not going to send their players if they're more prone to being injured. That'd be the biggest issue for the NHL because let's say they go and then half their Olympic guys get injured, and then there you go, you're screwed over. Not only is your team screwed over, but the league itself is screwed over as well. So I feel like we're overreacting here. We're having some real concerns, but I do think they're going to send them. I would be shocked if there is another direction or if they don't send them, because if they don't send them, everybody loses. But if the NHL does go out there and they see that arena and they're like, no, we don't like this, I guess it is what it is. I just can't believe we're having this with the Olympics. Like, you would think, like, you are the Olympics. You have been around for, I don't even know how long, if you want to fill in there. I don't even know how long they've been around. Like, how are we not, like, on top of these things?
Yeah. It's been longer than any professional sports league in America, I want to say.
Just looking it up here real quick. The Olympic Games were founded in 1894.
Okay, so MLB is older, but that's about it.
Yeah. So, like, how are we having these problems with the with this? I can't really wrap my head around it. I can't believe we're actually having this conversation. Yeah. I'm not surprised that, like, this isn't done yet, because the Olympics do like to wait to do things last minute. It's just how they are. It's how they've been for many years. But I mean, like, the NHL, this is their first time coming back, and this is what we're dealing with. It makes you really ask the question, well, why were we not going in the first place? Maybe this was why. Like, I don't really know what else to say. Yeah. It's a big problem. I hope they can fix it. Again, we'll see what happens here in the next month or so. The Olympic rosters will be announced very soon. We're going to do an episode on that in a little bit here. Just haven't had that much time recently.
Next week, right? Is that when they come out?
Yeah. I believe so. So we'll do an episode going over the Olympic rosters and our complaints and all that. Carter will be here to talk about that too. But yeah, it's a very interesting time right now. It's really weird that this is a problem, but well, anyway. So we got some new contracts here to talk about. Mike Matheson, 5 years, $6 million, and Ryan McDonough, 3 years, $4.1 million. Any thoughts on these deals?
Yeah, McDonough's still kicking it. He's just been so solid for so long. I remember him in the 2015 Stanley Cup Final, Hawks in Tampa. He was a really good player for them, and he's not as good as he was then, but still such a good defensive defenseman, and he'll put up some points still. So
you were like, what, 10?
I was 10, yes. I remember that one the most, though. Like,
well, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Obviously.
3 years old for the first one. Well, yeah. I was 3 years old.
I was 4. I don't remember.
Yeah. Well, Ryan McDonough, 36 years old. This contract will take him until he's 39, 40. So far this year, half a point per game, 6 points in 15 games played. I guess that's not half a point per game. But anyway, over 1,000 games played in his career, over 400 points. He's been a very underrated defenseman, has had some great years with Tampa Bay. Glad he got his cups in the early 2020s. Mm-hmm. Good for him, honestly. And then Mike Matheson, this is take him to like 36. He'll probably have one more contract after this, but this is his last like really big one. In 26 games played this year, has 15 points, has played over 600 games, has just under 300 points. So again, like, not the greatest defensive guy. He's actually in his last 5 games at a minus in every single one. But regardless of that, he's still been very solid here for Montreal and has been a good top 4 defenseman for them. So let's hope for the best here moving forward with those two guys for sure. Okay. So we waited a while to talk about this. I wanted to wait until he actually played in the NHL before we would bring this news up. Carter Hart has returned to the NHL. He played against Jack's Blackhawks on Tuesday, so Jack can have some thoughts here. He made 27 saves on 30 shots. He allowed 3 goals. He had a .900, which is better than a lot of the other Vegas goaltenders, and he had a shootout win. We all are envisioning in our heads the Bertuzzi play and the Bedard play. The Bedard goal was very, very nice. But anyway, I'll let Jack talk. You watched the game, correct?
Yeah, whole game.
Okay, so I'm sure you weren't looking at Hart the whole time, but how was Carter Hart in this game?
Well, I thought he was A++ in overtime. I don't want to glaze the guy, but I can't stand him, obviously. But he allowed a goal on the very first shot of the game. So it's like, all right, first shot back, kind of give him a mulligan for that one. And then the Bertuzzi goal, that was really, really, really bad. I think everybody would agree with me on that one. I don't know what he was trying to do, but he just kind of tried to pass it, went right off Bertuzzi and had an open net. Actually almost blocked it, and then the Bedard goal, can't really do anything about that. But anytime a goalie picks up a win after you go into overtime or shootout, obviously they played well. He looked good in the shootout. Bedard kind of cooked him on that move, but that was about it. So I thought he really saved the game for them in overtime. He made a couple great saves. So
the only one that could really beat him was Bedsy. Yeah, he looked good. Again, like there's going to be a lot of people who are upset about this, and I totally understand that. We're going to keep our opinions silent, and that doesn't mean that we agree with it or disagree with it. The fact is, whether our opinion is we agree with it or not, he's back in the NHL. It is what it is. I mean, I don't think he looked too bad. I think Vegas was definitely in some need of a goaltender. Schmid's been great. Lindbaum's not been so good, so now they have Schmidt and Hart for now. I do wonder what they're going to do when Aiden Hill comes back, unless if Hill is on more of a longer-term injury. I did see that he may not be back until after the Olympics, so they might have some time to figure this out. But I do wonder, like, what are they going to do with that whole situation? Because are they going to send Schmidt down? Are they going to? They're all waiver claims.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Eligible. So yeah, I mean, again, like. It'll be interesting to follow how he goes through. He does play Philadelphia next Thursday. Vegas is in Philadelphia next Thursday. I really thought about getting tickets. I really am thinking about streaming it. I'm not sure what I want to do yet, but yeah, it's definitely interesting right now what's going on with Hart. How did you feel like the broadcast? Because I didn't watch the game. I was at work, but how did you feel about how the broadcast was like, talking about Carter Hart? Because I did see some complaints about that.
Yeah. I think I read a lot of tweets, and obviously I listened to it too, but a lot of people weren't very happy with them just, kind of hyping him up throughout the whole game. I never really liked ESPN broadcast for hockey as it is, but just kind of hearing them I don't know, just only looking for the positives with him, and it was just kind of odd to me, but that's my thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, again, like, I don't really know what we expected there. I get, like, people are upset about this, and yeah, but like I don't understand. Like, I don't know what people were really expecting. They weren't going to come on there and be like just like bash him the whole time, but they also didn't have to be like super ultra positive about him. But it is a story, whether people want to admit that or not. Like, it's a story to talk about, so I guess that's kind of why. But yeah, it was interesting. They did interview him too. We'll see what happens. Again, like I don't know. Like, I think Vegas will keep him. I wondered if, like, maybe after he got signed, and we never really talked about this on the pod, or I never really made any videos on it because, like, I want to stay away from it because it's a whole controversy thing. And anybody who says it's not, you're just ignorant. But, like, I wondered if, like, after they signed that, they got an enormous amount of hate. Like, an enormous amount of hate. I remember, like, I was commentating the games in the following week after that and reading some of, like, the tweets and the social media posts Vegas kept putting out. It was, like, every single one, like, it was just comments filled with people upset about it. There were some signs that were brought to the game afterwards. Interestingly enough, though, there wasn't any signs against Hart in the debut on Tuesday. I found that very interesting, but I do wonder, like, and there were a lot of signs that were welcoming him and stuff, and that's fine. But, like, I wondered if maybe there were some people, some security guards who were like, you can't bring that down, you can't do that, you can't do that. I wonder if there was. Yeah, I'm assuming there was. I mean, like, again, there's going to be a lot of hate and a lot of controversy around this guy. We're here to talk about hockey, and the other fact is just that, what happened. We'll see if he stays with Vegas. He has been with the team for about a week or two now, and yeah, there's been hate, but as long as, like, Vegas has their sponsors and stuff, I don't really think they're going to care, unless if their sponsors start dropping them and fans start boycotting. Like, I don't think there's really going to be any change to this. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's the way it is. We'll see what happens, obviously, with Carter Hart. But good game in return nonetheless. We'll see if that stays true to itself moving forward. All right, so we're going to talk about the rookie race here for our next topic. Not a lot to discuss here on this episode. It's kind of just me and Jack, and we don't have a lot to talk about. There is a big thing with Winnipeg that we're going to discuss next episode with Carter. That is going to be really, really fun. But we wanted to talk about the rookie race because the rookie race is seemingly starting to really heat up here. There are a lot of players in this rookie class who are looking pretty damn good right now. So you got Ivan Demidov with 20 points through the year so far, heading into the Thursday the 4th games. Again, we're recording this before those games happen because I am streaming. But Demidov at 20 points. Then Seneca also tied there at 20 points. He's been phenomenal to watch. Matthew Schaefer is at 19 points there too. And then Ryan Leonard is right back there as well. I made a video on him today. He's really starting to find his game here a little bit. Jack, just basing it off of those four guys that I talked about, what are your takeaways from those guys?
Yeah, I think they've all been excellent. I think Seneca's had more of an effect than anybody else, just being a big part to the Ducks' kind of surprising success, I'd say. He's been definitely a big part in that. But yeah, the other guys have been great too. Demidov is kind of expected the way he came on last year at the end. So he's been great. Schaefer living up to the hype, I'd say. Been very good for New York. I mean, you could argue he's been their best player. Honestly, he's at a +7 as a rookie, which is pretty solid. And then Ryan Leonard, yeah, just definition of a power forward guy, and he's been good. They've all been good.
So with Schaefer, we're gonna talk about Schaefer first. Would you say what he is doing right now at 18 years old is more impressive than what Lane Hudson did last year?
Oh man,
because Lane Hudson was 20 years old last year.
You know what? That's a full 2 years. That's a lot. 18. I mean, the guy's younger than me. I hate saying that, but he's younger than me.
My age, it's insane.
Yeah. So honestly, that is more impressive. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, again, like I look at a guy like him, and I feel like Hudson did break the rookie record, and I think that's great. Like, he should have won the Calder last year. Nobody's debating that. Broke the rookie defenseman assist record. Nobody should be arguing that now. You literally can't. He won the thing. But I would say that what Schaefer's doing here at 18 years old, guy is literally fresh out of high school. Like, players his age, normal people his age, are literally in college right now, probably in a dorm room or doing what I'm doing right now, working a job. And I'm not saying Schaefer doesn't have a job. His job's obviously to play hockey, but like, this guy is a rookie in the NHL at 18 years old. He's like a baby. He's literally a baby. And he's putting up these amount of points and probably becoming the New York Islanders' best defenseman. I would say it's more impressive than what Hudson has done, but I really can't speak about it until the end of the year. Like, I mean, like if Schaefer completely falls off a cliff, which he is 18 years old, it wouldn't shock me if that's the case, then maybe I do lean more Hudson, and maybe Demidov should get that. But I think, again, like, it'll depend on where Schaefer finishes in Calder voting and where he finishes in goals and points. But I would say right now, like, he's been way more impressive. Is there any rookie, not including the goalies, that you wanted to discuss that you think has been pretty impressive? I know Chicago has a few guys, like Artem Levchinov's been good too.
Yeah, I was going to bring him up.
He had a really good month in November.
He did. He scored his first goal last week, I want to say, and he also had 2 posts the same night, which is wild. But yeah, man, he pissed me off at the beginning of the year. Just some really dumb plays.
I remember that
on a nightly basis, dude. But now that just to see him kind of come into form, it's been great to see, and he's definitely, I'd say, probably 10 times smarter the player he was on opening night. I mean, it's just crazy. The guy is evolving every night. Just his skating, I mean, he can go coast to coast. He goes coast to coast like once every game. He'll get a shot off, and it's been really fun to watch. So I'm proud of him.
I remember that first game in the regular season against Florida. I remember you kept texting the group chat. You're like, my God, I hate Levchinov so much. He's so bad. Send this guy down to the NHL.
The first period of the year, he had 2 penalties. He just didn't. He looked like he didn't know what he was doing, but that was the first game. He's over it now. I'm over it now. So.
What about Sam Rinzel? The offense hasn't really been there for him. He's obviously on defense with Levchinov. He has 8 points in 25 games played. How has he been with Chicago?
He's been good. He's been more of a kind of defensive guy, which really was not what he was known for, going back to his junior days. But yeah, he's been great too. I think the whole defense core as a whole has been impressive to me, and those two rookies have been a huge part.
I mean, you need guys like that. I think you need defensive guys like that. I mean, you would love to see offense. I think there's an offensive side there with what he did in Minnesota. It might take some time, but yeah, I think Rinzel has been very good too. Is there any other rookies that have been up with Chicago? Has Oliver Moore been up there?
Moore's been up. He had a goal. I think he's got a couple goals now. He had a goal. Actually, it was the first shot on Carter Hart was his goal. He had a nice shot. Yeah.
Of course.
But yeah, Moore is just so freaking speedy.
Yeah. I will be live for Chicago tonight, so I just wanted to ask some of those.
Yeah. Get your coffee. That'll be a late one.
Oh yeah, that will be. I'm live for them too on Sunday. They play the Ducks again. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Highlighting a couple other rookies who are skaters. You see a guy like Arseny Gritsyuk has been a consistent scorer. He's a little bit older than some of these other rookies. Oliver Kapanen's been very good too. He's been really surprising. He's kept up his production. I thought maybe after the first month he wouldn't be that great, like Emmett Finney, who really slowed down, but Kapanen's been pretty good. And then as well as that too, we do have to throw some flowers to Ben Kindle. He is also 18 years old in Pittsburgh. He has 9 points in 22 games played. He's been a part of a really fun young line there alongside Rutger McGroarty and Ville Koivunen. He's been really fun to watch in the games that I've streamed. So he's been great for sure as well. So moving on then, unless you have any other skaters you want to talk about.
Ryan Green on the Hawks too. He's on Bedard's line now. Actually, he's really coming to form last couple of games. He had goals in back-to-back games. The points really aren't showing, but he's been a lot better than what the stats show. I'll say that. Yeah,
9 and 26. He played 2 games last year, probably at the end of the year. I remember him, but yeah, looking at some of the other guys, Braden Bowman's been good too. Matthew Wood missed a couple of guys, Zeke Boyum as well. But yeah, we covered the main guys. Let's move on to the goaltenders. So there's been a few goalies here that have played a lot, and I want to highlight the first one here as Yaroslav Askarov. He's been phenomenal. He has obviously played 18 games, 10-7 and 1, a .905. His numbers at the beginning of the year were really, really bad. He had a really rough month of October, and now he's really picked it up here and started playing pretty well in the month of November, and he's started to kind of get into his own game here. So I wanted to give Askarov some flowers. Jakub Dobish has been very cold there too, or has been very middling, was cold this month. I think there may be some issues that need to be addressed there, but we'll see what happens with that, obviously. Arthur Shilovs as well, Marolainen. There's Carl Lindbaum, who played 6 games before getting his first win, Sergei Murashov. We're going to talk about the big guy in a moment, but any thoughts on those guys, those other goalies?
Yeah, not really. I mean, Dobish he was obviously incredible to start the year. Still got 9 wins in 14 games. So he's still been good, but yeah, just a little bit of regression from him.
Yeah, he really laid some eggs in there. That's really what's made his stats look terrible. And not fully his fault, by the way. I don't want to put so much on the kid. All right. So we got to talk about Jesper Wallstedt. Wallstedt has been absolutely insane. And this comes after Philip Gustafsson signed a contract at the beginning of the season. And I don't know if we came on here or on the MVP, one of the 2 pages. And I was like, I do wonder, maybe if they're signing this, there could be a trade in place. But I think Wallstedt, there was going to be time for him to, find his game there and fit in as the backup. But I feel like with the way he's played, this guy can't not be the starter, no? 10 games played, 8-0-2, a 1.74 goals against average, which is first in the NHL, a .944 save percentage, which is first in the NHL as well, and 4 shutouts, which is also first in the NHL. This guy has been absolutely lights out. He has been absolutely insane. I really don't know where this came from, but Minnesota started off the year really bad, and when Wallstedt came in, he's just been phenomenal the entire way through. I'm going to say something here, Jack. The worst game that he has is against San Jose on October 26th. He had a 760, allowed 6 goals on 25 shots. Was not that great of a game. That was the worst game of that. His next worst, 905.
Yeah, that's wild.
He has 4 shutouts in there as well. This guy's been incredible. Like, there's really no other way to say it. He hasn't allowed more than 2 goals in like 5 games. Like, it's been absolutely insane. He's getting a shutout every other game, it seems like.
That 944 save percentage is just unheard of.
In 10 games. I mean, like, it's 10 games, yeah. But, like, wow. Like, those 4 shutouts, like, even if he shits the bed for the majority of the year, his numbers are still going to be really good. Like, it's honestly insane. So, like, my question to you is, like, how much do you need to win the Calder? Because Dustin Wolf last year, 53 games played, 29, 16, and 8, a 2.64 and a .910. Those numbers are great on its own. But he didn't win the Calder. He came second.
Yeah.
We think...
I don't know, man. I'd say he's on pace to win it right now. I don't think...
do those numbers sustain itself? That's like the thing you...
No. There's no way. But if he can keep that save percentage, like... He's first in the league right now. He won't stay first in the league, I don't think. But if he can get that at like, 917, 918, somewhere around there, I think he's got it.
If he gets a 915, he should win the Calder. Yeah. Unless if Schaefer or Demidov break a record, or Seneca or something like that. Like, unless if a player gets like 70 points currently, which 2 of them are at 20, it's not impossible.
Yeah.
With a whole month to go before we're even at the halfway mark. But, like, I think you got to consider it. Like, again, like, you do ask, like, how good do you have to be to win the Calder? Like, the most recent goalie to win Calder was Steve Mason, I believe. And that was back in 2009. I'm pulling up his stats here really quick from that 2009 year. It was with the Columbus Blue Jackets, if you can believe it or not. So in that year, he had a 33, 20, and 7 record, a 2.29 and a .916 save percentage, and he won the Calder in 61 games played. Does Wallstedt have to get to that level?
He definitely doesn't have to get to that games played mark.
Is that the expectation? Well, how many games does he have to play to get to that, to like make you say yeah? Because like if he ends up playing like 15 games, he's not going to win the thing.
No chance. Say 35 is a good marker.
I think at least 30. Like, yeah. I think 35 would be optimal. But I think 30, like, you could really get into that conversation. Could you see him playing 30 more games this year? There's 50 more games left. Like, I do wonder that. And again, we can't forget that they do have Philip Gustafson, too, who has also been very good. Alongside this, he has a 906, which is like nothing compared to what Wallstedt has. But honestly, I think, again, like, the Wild have themselves a really good problem here. They have 2 great goaltenders. They just need to find some offense. That's the biggest thing with them right now. Kirill Kaprizov's been Kaprizov. Boldy's been great, but they just need to find some offense. That's their biggest thing. But I really do wonder, like, are we going to see him win the Calder? Like, I wonder how long does he need to sustain himself to get to that point. So we'll see what happens, obviously. But right now, if you were to pick today amongst any rookie, who are you picking to win the Calder right now?
Yeah, it's tough. I'd still go with Wallstedt. It'll be tough for him to get to that, what do we say, 30, 35 games to sustain the Calder race. But Gustafson's a solid goalie, too. It's a beautiful thing for a team when you got 2, starting level goalies. But yeah, with goalies, it's just so tough to see if it'll sustain, especially a rookie goalie. Like, so hard to tell. It's December. I don't know, man. I'd go Wallstedt right now, though.
They'll probably do like a 1A, 1B situation or something like that. So, again, we'll see what happens there, obviously. But yeah, I if I were to pick right now, I probably would say the same thing. Like, Wallstedt's been that good. It's only been 10 games, though. There's still 4 months left to go in the season, 5 months left to go in the season, actually. So let's hope for the best. We'll see what happens here in this coming month. All right, 3 stars of the episode. My voice is starting to cut out here a little bit. That better wake up because I got 2 streams tonight. These are our 3 best players in the last week of recording on the podcast. So I'm going to go first here, starting off with my 3rd star, and that is going to be Alex Ovechkin, who has played 5 games over this stretch. 5 games over this stretch. I read the wrong stat. He has 4 goals, 4 assists for 8 points during that time frame. He has been absolutely awesome for the Capitals. He still got it at 40 years old. That should tell you he's the greatest goal scorer of all time. And then my 2nd star is going to be an Avalanche, Mackenzie Blackwood, 3-0, a .966 save percentage. He had below in 0.9 goals against average, 0.81 goals against was his goals against this past week, which is insane. A shutout in there as well, obviously. I would have went with Wallstead, but Wallstead only played 2 games. So I went with a guy like Blackwood who played 3. And then my 1st star is another Avalanche, Nathan McKinnon, 5 goals, 4 assists, 9 points. He's been absolutely cracked.
Yeah. Good list there. For my 3rd star, I'm going to go with Morgan Geekie. He's been incredible all year. He's got 20 goals. He's 2nd in the league in goals. Morgan Geekie is 2nd in the league in goals, and we're in December. Who would have thought? But yeah, my number 2 star is going to be Blackwood. He was in your list. He's been incredible. And then my number 1 star, same as you, Nathan McKinnon, just different level this year. He's been unreal his whole career, but man, this year he is just unstoppable. So.
Yeah, exactly. The Avalanche have really been unstoppable. And then moving on to our last thing here, let's get into the power rankings. Power rankings are based off of the best teams in the league over this past week. I will let you go first because I am a kind man.
We're starting at 1.
Numero 1, yes.
All right. I got to go with the Avs.
Yeah, first in the league. 9-0-1, and it's still only 1 regulation loss, which is like
what
crazy tall.
Them and Oklahoma City Thunder are just on the same page right now.
Yeah, they're absolutely insane. Knowing my luck, I stream them tonight. They'll lose in regulation. That's
Hey, Hawks were close. It was a 1-0 loss. They played them pretty even.
Kind of close enough. Yeah, close than some other teams. They've been absolutely scoring like a shitload of goals too. It's been wild. Number 2, I will go the Washington Capitals. They're 9-1 in their last 10. They've won 6 straight games. They've been phenomenal. Ovechkin's been great. Ryan Leonard's been really good. We didn't highlight him in our 3 stars, but Logan Thompson's been good too. A lot of things to like here in Washington, so I'll go with them at number 2.
Yeah, number 3, I'm going to go Minnesota. 8-0-2 in their last 10, and obviously Wallstead has really come on here. So number 3, I'll go Minnesota.
Number 4, give me, just looking at some of the teams that have been good here recently. Give me the Carolina Hurricanes, 2 wins in a row, 5-3-2 in their last 10. They're 5th in the league right now. They've been good to watch. So I'll go Carolina at number 3. Or did I say? Or am I number 4? Number 4, sorry.
Yeah, that was 4. Number 5, I'm going to go Tampa. 8-2-0 in their last 10, and they've been hot ever since that slow start of the year. I think a lot of people were a little concerned. Well, not Tampa Bay Lightning fans were concerned, I should specify.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a good team again.
Number 6, can't believe they're this high in the standings, but I'm going to go to the Philadelphia Flyers. They won 3 games in a row. They lost against Pittsburgh. They got another win there against the Sabres. They've really found their way into their own here. I can't believe they're top 10 in the NHL. I don't even know what I'm looking at right now in my standings chart. Like, it doesn't even look real. But yeah, Philadelphia has been phenomenal. They're currently third in the Metropolitan Division. Stop giving me hope. Stop giving me hope, honestly. Number 7, then?
We haven't said Dallas yet, right?
You have not, no.
All right, I'll go Dallas, 7-1-2 in their last 10. And they are 10-1-4 on the road. That's something to keep in mind. Kind of like the Rangers.
Yeah, they've been absolutely cracked on the road. Absolutely awesome. So Dallas has been really good, scoring a lot of goals too when they're away as well. Like those 8-3 performance, that 7-0 game. They've been scoring so many goals on the road. And then number 8 for me, we'll go with Vegas. 5-2-3 in their last 10, 2 wins in a row. They've started to pick up some more wins here now after losing a lot in regulation. So we'll go Vegas in number 8. And then you get your final one there at 9.
Yeah, 9, I'm going to go LA. Just a team, I'm going to say this. They're a team with a very boring style, but that boring style works. So, I mean, they're not going to complain about it. I'm kind of dreading the Hawks' next 2 games because they're against the Kings tonight and on Saturday, which is kind of unfortunate because we never seem to play well against them. But yeah, LA has been good all year.
You play against LA twice?
Twice in a row on the road, yep. And then
in LA both times? What kind of schedule is that?
I know.
What the hell? So yeah, LA there at number 9. By the way, though, I will say this: they're 3-5-3 on the road.
LA is
at home, not on the road.
Oh, okay.
So here's a positive. And I will say this too: Blackhawks are winless when I live stream them. So just
don't stream tonight. Come on.
I'll just say that. Yeah, and then number 10, I'll go with. They've been good recently. The New York Islanders, 5-4-1 in their last 10. Picked up a good win the other night. 31 points. They're 14th. So I'll go New York at number 10. I can't believe you guys play the Blackhawks twice. That's insane.
Yeah.
In LA, too. That's like really weird.
Yeah, West Coast trips are the worst.
We're playing them twice. That's so weird. Yeah. Anyway. All right. So that's all we got here for this episode of the NordCast. Just under 40 minutes. Typical, of course. I got a lot of time here now before I stream, but it's not a big deal. Usually with Carter, it's funny because we take forever with Carter. We go like 20 minutes longer. But nice and sweet here for you guys. That'll do it for us. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching or listening to yet again another episode of the NordCast. If you enjoyed, please subscribe down below or follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you want to follow us on TikTok, we are at NordCast. If you want to follow us on Instagram or Twitter, follow at NordCast_. That'll do it for this episode. I'm Nordic. Thanks for listening from all the crew, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.